here, Sutta Goswami is highlighting different modes of people. Who do they worship? In this material world, ordinarily, generally, and technically, those who are within this material world, they are bound to be influenced by Rajaha and Tamaha, or they may be influenced by the mode of goodness also, or sometimes combination of one or two or all three. So like this, the activities of the people living in this material world, they are constantly tossed between Kama, Krodha, which is influenced by Raja. So, this is one of the very, very important information that Bhagavatam always uses. To go through the entire Bhagavatam. Now and then, the speaker addresses on this subject matter of Rajatama, our consciousness is today influenced by Rajaha and Tamaha. So, someone who is influenced by Rajatama, what is he going to do? How is he going to live? A pious soul, when he is influenced by Rajas and Tamaha, so he takes to attain certain material benefits, but by following some process, by some Vedic process, by the prescribed process. What is that? Pitra, Buddha, Pradesh, Adi. He worships Pitra, the forefathers, Buddha, the other living beings, and Prajesha, Adi. Prajesha here refers to the controller of cosmic manifestation. The demigods or devatas are the controllers of this cosmic manifestation. So, that is a bona fide way of satisfying one's material desires. What kind of desires? Shriya, Aishwarya, Prajeksha, Ikshavaha. So, they are after women. Women, Shriya means women. Aishwarya, wealth and power. And Praja means progeny. They want their family to grow. This is a materialistic desire. A family needs to grow. It should not end with me, my family. It should develop. They are very happy. The material world, Prabhupada used to mention in his lecture, for a family man, if he is able to see grandchildren's grandson, his life is successful. 3 generations, 6 generations together, the person sees. His life is successful. For that he has to live until 100 years. He will get married at 25, he will have a son, and that son will reach the age of 25. By the time this fellow would have reached 50, and he will have his son. Another 25 years, 75 years would have passed. His grandson also will get married and he will also have a son. And the grandson's son also will have a son by the time he reaches the age of 100. So like that, if that guy can see his son's grandson's son, so he feels that his life is successful. Such a cheap goal of life. Such a third class goal of life, which is simply nothing but Prabhupada says a description of one's sense life. This is the desire, and this is called Rajastama Kartaka. Those who are influenced by Rajastama Kartaka, they will have this kind of very, 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 very cheap desires in their heart. What is that? Desire of women, desire of wealth, power. Practically, if you see this world, everyone is after these desire. Desire of Shriya, Aishwarya, Pradetra. Everyone is practically behind this, satisfying this desire. They are driving behind this. Their goal is that I want women, I want money. From money I can buy sense desires. And when I have money, I will attract people. A person who is having money, he will attract people. He will attract many people. Even women will get attracted to money. Today, I heard somewhere, it's a history of something. King of Baroda. Some Pratap, Rana Pratap or something. This is not great people. So he had a wife. Right? Somehow he had a wife who had gave up this another husband and married king. Right? Because power, money attracts. So when power and money is there, women will get attracted. That's the context. Nothing to speak against them. That is the reality. When there is wealth, someone who is having wealth and power, he will attract. Similarly, devotees also. They have sometimes wealth and power to balance. They will attract that. They will attract the world. Somebody in the organizational role. So people will respect. Devotees should not be carried away by such kind of power. That kind of respect that is coming out of this power. They are all circumstantial. When power is there, respect is there. When power is not there, respect is not there. Such kind of subjective respect has no significance for devotees, especially politicians. They are so powerful when they have power in hand. As soon as they have no power, they will be like, no one will be there to even inquire about their well-being. A person who was very powerful and with the public life and prominence, people will revere them. Today is not in power. No one will seek after him. You will feel loneliness. You will suddenly feel, hey, no one is coming to me. When he had power, so many people will come to him, asking for so many favors. And because he had power, he had ability to get so many things done. The politicians will actually die when he has no power. He is as good as a death for him. Why? Because he has nothing to do now. All those adambar, the glorification will go away. But if the devotee is if that person is a devotee, he will have power. He will utilize in Krishna conscious, advancing Krishna consciousness. They will be remembered, like Parikshit. He utilizes power to propagate Krishna consciousness. And he lost the power also. Because of concern, because of death, he lost the power. He left the power rather than losing. He left the power on his own. They are not attracted to power, women, wealth, progeny, nothing. Why? That is explained in the previous verse. Mumukshavo bodha rupa nidva bhuta patinata narayana kalashanta bhajanti anasuyavaha. Those who are mumukshava means those who are serious about liberation. Prabhupada is writing here. Those who are serious about liberation. Not simply wanting half-hearted desire to get something, try the value. liberation. Yeah, they will self-employed. Serious. Serious about liberation means it should reflect in one's conduct. Somebody is saying, I want liberation, but he is still attracted to material desires. Then what is the kind of seriousness it is? Serious means it should reflect in consciousness, conduct, behavior. So, mokshavo puraropa, they see, they reject hitva bhutapati tata, bhutapati, demigods. They will reject the very costly forms of various demigods. And what they will do? Narayana Kalaha Shanta. They will worship the blissful form of Lord Vishnu, all his pleasant emotions. Why? Bhajantihi anusuyavaha, anusuyavaha. They are not envious. Because they are not envious. So, those who are influenced by Rajatama Prakritaya, they are actually envious. They are envious of Vishnu. That's why they cannot take up with the process of Vishnu worship. Someone in the process of, someone who is in Rajatama Prakritaya, he is envious of Vishnu. Why he is envious of Vishnu? Because he thinks, I want to enjoy. The symptom of Rajaguna is that he wants to enjoy on his own. He doesn't think that Bhogdara Mekha Tapasaha Sarvaloka Maheshwara. He doesn't believe the fact that Krishna is our enjoyer. I am the servant. Person in the mode of goodness, he thinks that I am the servant, I am not the enjoyer. Lord is the enjoyer, I am the servant. So because he is there in the mode of goodness, they are able to worship Vishnu. So person who are seeking liberation, they are actually supposed to be in the mode of goodness. Mokshavo, those who are serious about liberation, they are actually supposed to be in the mode of goodness. So that they will worship Narayana. They are non-envious of Narayana. They remain non-envious of Narayana. But those who are in Rajastama Prakritaya, they are envious. Here also mentioned, those who are envious, they cannot serve the Lord. They want to be served. And they are after, and what is the symptom? They are after Shriya Shriya. They want money, wealth, women. They want to be surrounded by that. But the devotee, person in the mode of goodness, they don't want such kind of desires. They don't aspire wherever they are, whichever situation they are. They don't want such kind of opulences. But for the sake of service, if some opulence is given, they are ready to use that in the service of the Lord. That is what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Siddhanta is. They are not averse to wealth, power, things like that. Devotees are not averse. Devotees are so mature. They see everything in the connection of the Lord and try to utilize them in the service of the Lord. When wealth comes, they don't refuse or reject. Oh, this is Maya. This is symptom of Rajatamaha. Why it is symptom of Rajatamaha? Because it is not utilized in the service of the Lord. When the same object, when it is utilized in the service of the Lord, the same thing can be the mode of goodness. The object which had been a product of utility for person influenced by Rajastama, same product can be utility for a person in the mode of goodness for Narayana Kalashkanta. The worship of Narayana, the same product can be very beneficial. So it is a utility how the object is, and it is the consciousness in which the person is situated. The person who is situated in Rajaha, Tamaha, the same object will utilize for his own. Person situated in the mode of goodness, the same object will utilize in the service of God. He sees everyone as a servant of the Lord. Even the women, he sees women as mother. He will see women as servants of Lord Krishna. He will not see women as an object of enjoyment as perceived by people in this world. He thinks that I am not the enjoyer, and if he tries to enjoy, actually he will suffer. He will not be attracted by people who are enjoying, possessing these objects. So that is why those who are envious of Krishna, actually they will not be envious of not only Krishna, they will also envious of other people also who are having these objects. No? Shriashwarya, PRABHU. Someone is having very nice big family. Oh, not a family. Sometimes people are nazar like that. What is that? It's because of envy. Sometimes they are unable to tolerate another person's material progress. So between the materialists, there is always envy. You start envying the Lord, actually, and that will percolate in every living being in this world. Why? Because I want to become master. Mood is that I want to be the owner, I want to be the proprietor, I want to be above everyone. How can someone else be having someone is having a beautiful wife? Oh, just see the wife is such a nice wife, such a beautiful wife. So envious. Just like Ravana, he was envious of Rama. Oh, Sita is so beautiful. That is my wealth. I should be owning that. That is called envy. It is there everywhere. And women also nothing. Women also see, oh, such a nice man, such a nice husband. See my husband, how is he? So nice, beautiful, wealthy, opulent. So this factor of envy is product of Bhagavatam, which puts a person asat graha. Bhagavatam says asat graha sada samudrigna vida asat graha. Because of this asat graha, it starts from being envy with other living beings, being envy with the last recent Kapila Muni's instruction, third time in the recent classes. Kapila Muni was describing what is the quality of the person who is doing devotional service. He explained 10 qualities. One of the qualities is that he doesn't envy other living beings. He is always concerned about Anasuyava. He is not envious of other living beings. And he is concerned about other living beings by giving them education on Krishna consciousness, being compassionate. So that is the mood of a Shiva, a devotee, who is practicing devotional service. That way he is not free, he is freed from Rajastama. That is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's philosophy. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's philosophy is Najanam, Najanam, Nasundarim, Kavidam, Jagadisha Kamaye, Mama Janmani Janmaneshware, Bhavata Bhaktir Ahayuki. So he doesn't, he said, I don't want Dhanam. On the other hand, people pray for Dhanam. Just like whom do they pray? Mitra Bhuta Prajeshadi. They worship demigods for Dhanam. There are different process of worship of different demigods recommended for different siddhis, different kind of health. Someone who wants Dhana, he has to worship a specific demigod. Someone who wants good wife, he worships some different demigods. Although it is a process, it's a Vedic process. It's a Vedic process only. It's a Vedic recommendation because it's an arrangement made in this material world for such class of people who wants to materially enjoy, who wants to enjoy this stuff. Shriyashwarya Pradaha. So for that there is a process. It's an authorized process. But for whom? For who wants material desire. But Bhagavatam says here that material desire itself is a big mess. Someone who is having material desire, then what happens? Then he has to experience the miseries in this world. It will be so nice, it will be so relishing for a materialist to enjoy women, wealth, power and progeny. But all the material desire comes with a package of burden of experiencing the miseries in this material world. Different kinds of miseries that can be experienced in this material world. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, Nananam, Najanam, no followers. And it is like a politician, always wants so many followers around him. Yesterday I met one politician. So many people were sitting around him and he was constantly hearing their grievances, ordering his subjects to satisfy their desire. So king is also like that, leader is also like that, a material leader is also like that, and the common man is also like that. He has so many desires and wish that he wants to be fulfilled. So they approach a mundane leader, and that mundane leader is also a big fool because he doesn't know what to guide the subjects, how to guide the subjects. Thus satisfy their lusty desires, their material desires. They come seek for material desire, and he takes pleasure in satisfying his subjects' material desire, thinking that he is very powerful. And moment there is no power, the same subjects who are satisfied him, they will not even look upon his face. He will be lost by passage of time and space. So that's why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, devotee, they have no desire for dhanam, na janam, na sukham, na janam, na janam, na sundari. Oh, material world, everyone is after sundari. They are trying to be attracted to women in this material world. No need to try those things. It's a natural inclination, instinctive. It's an instinct to get attracted to opposite sex. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, I don't want this. When he says that I don't want this, it is actually he is teaching us. Actually, teaching us. We should also be not aspiring to this. Na kavita, people glorifying us. These are the wonderful qualities of the Vaishnava. That he doesn't aspire for Shri Aishwarya Pradaha. He doesn't aspire for these things. And what does he aspire? Mama Janmani Janmani. He not even asks for liberation also. A devotee doesn't even ask for liberation. So liberation from also. He doesn't ask even liberation. He just wants to engage in the service of the Lord. Mama Janmani Janmanishwara. Not in this life. Life after life he wants only one thing, service. Materialists will pray, oh life after life I want Shri Aishwarya Pradaha, I want good family life, go to heavenly planet, enjoy there. Devotee doesn't ask for these kind of, expect for these kind of material benefits. So Prabhupada says in this purport, this is called perversive religion. Perversive religion means a religion practiced not for the real purpose. The real purpose of religion is Prabhupada saying there is only one religion in the world to be followed by one and all. There is one religion, and that one religion is to be followed by everyone. What is that? That is called Bhagavatam, or the religion which teaches one to worship the Supreme Personality of Godhead and no one else. Prabhupada is saying what is Bhagavatam? Which teaches religion, which teaches how to worship Supreme Personality of Godhead and no one else. Prabhupada says both very carefully so that people don't interpret. So this is the position of recommendation of Bhagavatam, that one should not this explanation is given is because through this we can identify that we are in actually Rajasthan. We are after money, wealth, power means we are Rajasthan. And Sutta Goswami says here, anyone in the Rajasthan Prakritya, what he does, he will do Samashila Bhajanti Vai. He will worship those who are actually in same platform, similar platform. Who are they? Pitra, Bhuta, Pradeshadi. So, Pitras or Bhuta or other living beings or even demigods, Sutta Goswami says they are Samashila. They are Samashila. They are also in the same platform. If you worship someone, now one person who is in the Rajastama Prakritya is worshipping another person who is also in Rajastama Prakritya. So what do you get out of that? You get only material. Urdhvam gachanti sattvaha madhye tishtanti rajasaha adho gachanti tamasa. Someone whom we are worshipping, who is in the mode of Rajastama Prakritya, it will not benefit him to go to the higher planets. He will either remain in the same where he is there or he will go down the higher. So, person who is in the Rajastama Prakritya, he will look for similar person who are in the same mode. And Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, anyone who worships Pitras, they will go to Pitraloka. Pitra Jnanti Pitrvrata, Bhutani Yanti Bhutejya, Yanti Mat Yadino Piya, Deva Yanti Devavrata. Anyone who worships demigods, he goes to the demigod. And anyone who worships Pitra, he goes to Pitraloka. Because they themselves are in mode of passion and ignorance. So you worship such kind of people, you can at most be elevated to the platform that they were always situated. So that is why it is recommended that one should worship Vishnu, because Krishna assures that Madhyadino Pima, if you worship me, you will come. When you worship me, you will come. Because worship of Krishna is absence of influence of Rajastama Prakritya. That's why we are all engaged in the process of that activity, which is free from Rajastama Prakritya by nature. By nature, whatever we are active, whichever activities we are engaged, originally by its nature and symptom, it is actually not influenced by Rajastama. Various anga of sadhana that we are performing are so powerful that it will release us from this Rajastama. So the spiritual master devises a plan, an arrangement in a way that if anyone who practices this strictly, diligently, mokshavaha, Prabhupada says, serious to get liberated. Liberated from what? Liberated from Rajastama Prakritya. So for them, the sadhana process is given. And that sadhana process one has to strictly follow, seriously follow. And it is not subject to any circumstances, any material circumstances. Whether that sadhana is an individual effort, yes, in a collective effort, now one gains a strength. But individual strength is individual endeavor is very, very important. Like Prabhupada gives an example, someone who is in the aeroplane, when the aeroplane is in danger, he has to help, he has to seek the help. He has to take the help and get relief. Someone who is bound by the ropes, he should seek from the another person to get unbound. He cannot unbound himself. So that the process of unbinding from this material force of nature is given to us in the form of sadhu sangha, through bhajana kriya, through which our anarthas can be cleared off. So many kind of anarthas. anything that is coming in way of progressing in our spiritual life or give up our material attachment is anartha. Anything that is coming can be in different forms. Not that anartha is only our past habits and this and that, and it can be anything. Our own mind can be our way of progressing in devotional service. So that mind which is not in favor of devotional service is also an anartha. How it can be purified or mitigated from that influence of anartha by making it engage in the service of the Lord. Engage the mind in the service of the Lord. Only way to free the mind from anartha is to engage that mind in the service of the Lord. Not to give any gap for the mind. Not to give any freedom to the mind. Doesn't give any loose time for the mind. So that it becomes an object of anartha that can hamper our progress in devotional service. So biggest challenge. So that is and I was saying the other day. Maya, if he wants to influence devotee, it influences to the mind. The Maya knows this guy is too strong. He has many armors with him. Let me figure out a way how to put him down. Only way is enter to the mind. Various ways, by bringing some doubts, some philosophical doubts, or the very basic understanding of Krishna conscious philosophy. He will get some doubt. Or his own existence, he will get a doubt in his spiritual life. Maya is very powerful at that. She wants to test us. And she knows that she cannot so easily trample a devotee. Like how effortlessly she is able to capture a non-devotee. To trample a non-devotee is Maya hath karke hai. But for a devotee, she has to take a lot of efforts. She has to work hard. Literally, she has to work hard. Why? Because devotee is in the shelter of Krishna. He is in the process of seeking shelter of Krishna. The shelter of a pure devotee. So there is a fight between pure devotee and Maya. Always. Pure devotee is very concerned that my disciple should not be a victim of Maya again. My disciple should not be a victim of Maya. But still, he wants to get victimized. He can get victimized. But spiritual master will be very sorrowful of such situation. We are here to please the spiritual master. We can please the spiritual master also by not allowing ourselves to be victimized by Maya. That is one way of pleasing spiritual master. Guru will be very happy. You see, this devotee was going through a challenging situation. Now he has overcome it. Oh, so nice. Very pleased. Because that is a middle world. Everyone who is practicing the devotional service, sadhana life, everyone has their own share of challenge of dealing with mind, dealing with Maya. Not that everyone is coming with a refined state. Everyone has to go through their own individual challenges. The spiritual master will be very happy, very pleased that my son has worked hard to come out of such challenges and he is hugging me even more solidly in a way that Maya cannot influence his mind. The more strongly we hold on to the spiritual master through his instructions, through his practices that we have recommended, that means we are more hugging tightly the lotus feet of Guru and Krishna. That nothing can separate us from leaving the shelter of spiritual master. Nothing can leave us, push us out. Maya has to really miserably fail. That gives pleasure to Guru. Krishna, Guru takes pleasure in miserable failure of Maya. He will take great pleasure because he is successful in that way, in seeing that my disciple is relieved from the influence of Maya. Different onslaughts she will try this way, that way, so many ways. Trick. She is the biggest trickster. She want to trick the devotee by various ways. Devotee is always alert. Is always watchful. Watchful of his mind, watchful of his intelligence, watchful of the circumstances that may impel him to think other than devotional subject matters, or think those subject matters which separates him from devotional service. He remains watchful. So that is the glory of the devotee. That is while he is under the shelter of Guru and Krishna, he is relieved from Rajastama. So that is the only way the devotee can get relieved from this Rajastama. And he has no desire for all these things. Shriya, Aishwarya, Praja. He has no desire for all this. For him it's a nonsense. What nonsense is? That will be his kind of totally disinterested. And that is the test Bhagavatam says. Anyone who is advancing in devotional service, what is the measure for him? The measure is that which attracts for others, one who is in the mode of Rajastamaha, that he refuses it like a stool or living. The same which was so attractive, Shri Aishwarya, for us when we were outside, these things were very attractive for us. Today, we don't feel, we should not be feeling, at least. However, we should progress in giving up the taste for these things. Shriya, Aishwarya, Praja. We should not have any desire or taste for these things. That is a test for our progress. If you still have somewhere some taste, no need to worry. No need to get petrified or worried. If you are growing, and still I am having attraction, that is very good. Because you are knowing that. People fail to recognize that I have attraction for women, wealth and power and progeny. It's very good. If you are able to identify that I have still taste for these things, while I am still practicing devotional service, it's good. Why it is good? Because we can work on that. Why? Because we are practitioners. We should not be having taste for these things. We should be serious. That means we have to become more and more serious. Someone who is able to recognize his some inabilities, actually he becomes serious to come over those inabilities. Say, materially, in a corporate world, there are so many people working, trying to go up in the ladder of their career. They keep seeing that my inability is this. I have to work on that so that I go up. There is nothing new. Knowing one's inability is not like feeling inferior about oneself. Knowing one's inability is actually should be helping us to go up the ladder of devotional life. So that is the mood of a devotee, the sadhaka. When he sees some inabilities within himself, he knows, no, I have to work on this. Let me do what I should do for this. Not that, I have this inability, what can be done? There is no other way. Still I am stuck with these inabilities, like Shriya, Aishwarya, Praja. So let me somehow embrace these things. Kya kare? This is part of my inability. That is the thought. That is what Maya wants. If that is the kind of thought which is going on in the mind of a sadhaka, and that is what exactly Maya wants from us. So we should not allow Maya to gain victory. That's why it is said becoming Krishna conscious means declaring a war against Maya. Why? Because Maya wants to pull us down. She is not wanting us to hold on to the lotus feet of Guru and Krishna. Because we are in this material world, we are in her Pradesha. You see, we are in her Pradesha, and against her will we have to work. Will Maya really allow easily? Say, suppose we are in US and you want to do something against the will of US government's principle. Will the US government allow? The government will have so many measures to curb all those interests of the citizens. Or a citizen who has come from other state, other country. No. Government will pull, curb. But still there will be some people who will be working in a way to work against the pressure of the government. That we are in the Pradesha of Maya. You should know that where are we? Where are we fighting? We are fighting at the domain of Maya. We are not fighting in spiritual world where we automatically have inbuilt power and strength. We are fighting at the den and mouth and at the Pradesha of Maya. So automatically Maya is powerful. We should understand that she is more powerful than us, given a circumstances. But still we can recover simply if we put on to the shelter of Guru. Simply if we tied up ourselves to the lotus feet of Guru. Tied up to the lotus feet of Guru means these instructions. Some processes that we are there. The process that we are there. We should be aligned with that. When we are aligned with that, Maya will struggle. In her own Pradesha, she will be suffering. And it will be big embarrassment for Maya if she suffers, if she miserably fails. That's why she doesn't also want to experience that embarrassment. In one way, in a lighter way. But otherwise, she is doing a thankful job. Why? She wants to send a refined person to Krishna. Not a third class, half-hearted, dilly-dally devotee should approach, go to Krishna. Guru is so compassionate. He knows devotees, his disciples are half-hearted, dilly-dally. Even them he accepts as a devotee and refines them to become pure. So unless there is a shelter of Guru, there is a care of Guru, there is a shelter of Guru, we cannot overcome our anantas, our misgivings, which stops us to approach Krishna. Otherwise Maya is waiting, come. To embrace in the lap and get us attracted to these kind of anarthas of Shriya Ishwarya Rajaha. So that is a glory of the Guru, glory of being a shelter of a great Acharya mentioned of Rupa. He will not allow us to become victim of the Maya. He can fight for us for Maya. That's why he is known as Senadapati. Senadapati means the commander. Commander will not allow his army to get defeated by an opponent. For his opponent is Maya. Maya, where is Maya? Maya is there within us only. No need to search anywhere in the outside. Yes, she is there inside us only. The form of our thinking, feeling and believing. It is against the principles of sadhana. So that is what here is referred here. Sutta Goswami is very nicely explaining that how to identify a person who is Rajasthan of Prakriti. He is always having akanksha, driven by the desire for being benefited by him, women, wealth, power and progeny. But Bhagavatam ultimately recommends us to give up these things, and they teaches us how to give up these things and attracted or be situated in mode of goodness, so that we remain in the shelter of Lord Krishna.
So I had a question. So yesterday I was talking to my maternal aunt. So she was saying that her son in recent year developed a habit of drinking. So he comes home late night and drunk position, and sometimes 3-4 days he only drinks, not eating anything. So is it ever possible to save such person from that from the position, or in fact also he might not be desiring to give up the drinking? So in our life also sometimes our habits we don't want to let it go. So how we can develop the desire to let it go, the bad habits, bad anarthas?
Yeah, we are all like that. Maybe one person is, one example is like this, how a person is so much addicted to drinking. Addicted to drinking means what? He is finding a pleasure in it. He thinks, I am getting a great pleasure out of this. That's why he is drinking. That's why he will drink. Will he drink a poison? He will not drink a poison. Because he will not drink poison because he knows. Actually the drinking is actually a poison only. It's a poison coated with some happiness. Really, actually it is poison.
Yes.
In real sense. But in the thinking it is not poison. He is thinking it is a nectar. Which is actually, that means is clearly a candidate under the grip of Maya. Which is making him to think actually this is nectar, which is actually not a nectar, it is a poison. Why it is poison? Because you keep drinking, you know what happens. Medical science also says, someone who is regularly drinking, what happens? He will die very soon. He will get diabetes, he will organ failure, so many things happen. But in spite of that, he is able to, he is continuing that. That is because he has become Nuna Pramatta Kurute. Nuna Pramatta. Pramatta means very, very mad. Pramatta, not just mad. Deeply mad. Which makes him believe that this is what is happiness. This is what exactly Maya wants us to be like. Because this is why we came here. We want to enjoy here. We came here to enjoy, thinking that I can enjoy, but we can't enjoy here. The Guru makes us understand, actually you cannot enjoy. In the name of suffering, you are thinking you are enjoying. But what you are taking is suffering. So, like that, we don't want to let go certain things. We are so attached. That shows that how much we are. This is what exactly, like a wasp. It is attracted by fire. And so fast and swift it flies towards the fire that it fails to know that I will be killed. I will be engulfed. Bhasma, I will become a bhasma. How is this happening? This is called madness, exactly. Foolishness is one thing. Madness, a fool can be still one level below madman. See, fool means what? Mad and mad, both are like similar thing, but both have the intensity is different. Mad means someone, even if you tell, he will not be able to understand. You keep telling him, he doesn't understand. Just like Ravana, he is mad after Sita. So many people instructed him. What the hell are you doing? You are going to Naraka now. He did not listen. This is called madness. But we are all foolish. Foolish means, okay, we don't have proper mati, but someone gives him some instruction, some shameful instruction, by his by his good sense and understanding and utilizing his legal, he can come out of that foolishness. So, he should not be a category of madman. That you भैंस के आगे घी भरा दे हो, भैंस को कुछ नहीं होने वाला. We are all actually, if we are not ready to give up, that means we are in the mad. We are in the state of madness from foolishness. So, what stops us from such readiness to accept is because of our madness. Only solution for such kind of mad people. That's why Guru is very kripa. You should know that how Guru is so much being compassionate to me, that even though I am a big mad man and have so much attraction for material enjoyment in different ways, but still Guru is not giving up hopes against us. You should know that how much kripa Guru is showing upon us. You should become more serious. The element of seriousness is missing. The element of seriousness is missing in that when they say that I am not able to let go. It means there is no seriousness. If I am serious, I will let it go. Why will I not let it go if I am serious? So how will I become serious? Sit and think. No, just like a person, after damage effect, the doctor will tell, Swami ji, अभी मैं ये सब छोड़ दिया, अभी ये सब करूँगा तो ये सब problem होगा. Because they already started experiencing some kind of damage. So after damage, how will we should not go to the stage of damage. Actually, we are already in a damage state. What is damage here is that at least we have a hope of shelter of Guru. When that also we want to reject, then what is the hope? What is the hope for such kind of living being? So the seriousness, by our own seriousness, by understanding that this madness will cause our spiritual suicide. Sometimes one will get attracted to women, opposite sex. Even though he may be practicing devotee, different forms, so much enamored by the opposite sex that whatever you instruct, it is not getting their ear. Then what will happen? He will say, no, some more elder I want her. So, okay, get married. Then after marriage, what happens? The next 2-3 days will get the realization. He will start his career at what I did. Why to get into that kind of scenario? Still Guru is ready to help and save. Because Guru is interested in spiritual life. Why do we want to put in a scenario where we are where like a rat in the mouth of a cat? Why should we first of all put ourselves in such kind of situation? Guru is still ready to help. That is the mercy of Guru. That is Guru. That is compassion and compassion of Guru. He doesn't let go his devotee. But why we should get into that scenario? So much time has gone, wasted. We should utilize in that service of the Lord. Just like Vivamangala Thakura, he was lamenting what I was doing in getting into such kind of activity. Wasting the time. Time could be utilized in a better way. Becoming serious in service. So many things to do for Krishna. So many things to do for Guru and Krishna. When will I be able to do these things? Who is waiting? When devotees will become more matured and take up more responsibilities for him, for his mission? our inabilities, our own mind will come in a way for that. You should just think, Guru is a person, he is waiting for his devotees, his disciples, to rise above these things. Take more, become vigorous as like him. Prabhupada actually many places said, I want my devotees to become as vigorous as me. Mostly Prabhupada, who is vigorous? Left, right, center. No, Yugal Karna is going and preaching and throwing his legs and arms in every corner and every direction. How vigorous he is for the service of Krishna, for the service of this Guru. So we can do that. We become serious. That is in our capacity. That is our expression. We have to decide whether we want to be like a madman and then later on suffer and then realize and then come out. That kind of thing you want, or when readily everything is available to save the current situation of madness.